really can't get my hair to go the way I want it to. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Martin and today we're looking at Mortal Kombat, or as we'd rather call it. I've seen this film, the 95 version. Of course I've seen this film. The reason we're doing this is because I watched the trailer to the new movie and I just got all hyped up. It just got me excited, that trailer did. So I thought, you know what, I'm doing it. We're just going to hop right back to the 95 Mortal Kombat movie, despite the fact that it doesn't have the blood or, you know, the things you largely associate with Mortal Kombat, but, you know, it's like a safe version. So I thought, you know what, let's revisit it. Let's go back to that old one. I've got a lot of fond memories of this film. I remember when I was a kid and I wanted to watch this film, but I wasn't allowed because it was like too violent. And then obviously I saw it and I was like, this is tame. this is really tame. So, but I'm excited. I do remember having very fond memories of this movie, and obviously the song. Everyone loves that goddamn song. I mean, I was so happy when it showed up in the trailer for the new film. Dun. Oh my god, is it the music? That's the music, right? Dun, dun. As if they've got that in there. And it makes you just want to go outside and do kung fu, right? Like it's, or any martial arts. It's just like, let's go out there and pretend that we're good at this stuff and probably break a leg in the process. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to revisit this and see how well it holds up after all this time. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. Here we go. Mortal Kombat 95 version. Let's do it. Oh, it's so good. So good. I don't know if this song's copyrighted or not, but it's worth it. Backslap. Oof. Oof. What a bitch move. Just a... Nice. Nice. Poor guy.
Your brother's soul is mine.
This guy. I don't know. I honestly don't know how they're going to top him in the new film. He's so good. Look at his face. Look at his weird zombie face. I always wondered where this guy lives, that he has like a bright green light blasting into his room. A weed shop, probably, with a massive neon sign outside. Brother dead. Return home. Grandfather. Couldn't have broken that news to me any nicer. There he is. Bad boy Kano.
She's here.
She's here.
You killed her partner, didn't you? She'll follow you into hell.
This is such
Make sure she's on that boat.
an elaborate plan. Kano, go kill Sonya Blade's partner, just so she'll follow you. I mean, she already hates you. She's already trying to capture you, but just to rub that salt in. Just go murder her partner. Make sure she goes to a boat. I don't know why, but this nightclub scene was always the scene when I was a kid that stood out. I have no idea why. Probably because there was a shotgun involved. That somehow that guy with the submachine gun misses everyone. He doesn't hit a single person, which is impressive in its own way. Los Angeles. Los Angles. Yeah, that guy's just like, you dummies, you didn't get yours electrified.
This is where you fall down.
This is where you fall down. Like, what? They can save that in the edit, it's fine. That guy next to the camera, he's just like, I'm in a movie. I'm sitting here. This is great. It's a Mortal Kombat movie, but it's a movie. I recognise this actor. Every time I see this film, I go, I recognise this actor. And I probably don't. I don't know where I recognise him from. Maybe I should look that up. I'll look it up at the end. It's so bizarre that Raiden doesn't actually choose the Earthrealm heroes. Like, Shang Tsung is the one who gets them. He's the one who manipulates the situation to get Sonya on board. He's the one who manipulates Johnny to get on board. Do they ever actually explain? I can't remember if there's a reason for why he's doing it. All I know is that Liu Kang here was the one who was supposed to go to Mortal Kombat originally, but he turned his back on it, and that is why his brother did die.
Men fighting in a simple contest don't decide these things, grandfather.
I mean,
how can you, a wise man, believe this?
Lou, have you seen the people who fight in this tournament? Like, it ain't no normal tournament. There's a dude with 4 arms in it. If I was in a tournament where there's included like a cryomancer, a demon with a hook, and 4-armed man, I'd be like, maybe the fate of the world is reliant on this.
That's why you left the temple and ran away.
There's that voice. Again, this guy as Raiden. It's a horrible miscasting situation, but he's so entertaining. He's so good in it. Let's get this ancient Asian god of lightning and thunder, and we'll get a white American man to play. But he's great. He is great in it.
There's no one else.
You mean there's no one else? There's at least 2 other people. We've been introduced to them already.
You want me to carry your luggage?
Yeah, I pay money, you carry the bags. Or is that too complicated?
What an ass.
I got it.
Yeah, you deserved it, Johnny. Let's be real. That boat. Look at that. That's production value right there. Look at it. I wonder if it's a miniature or not. It must be, right? I like this. If I recall correctly, she has to jump off the pier in order to get to that boat, right? She has to have gone in the water. And yet when she comes on the boat here, she's completely dry. If I remember correctly. Yep, there she is.
No, do you?
She's completely dry. Not wet at all.
I'm looking for a murderer. He boarded this ship.
I'm impressed. But it is.
Why would you let your defenses down? I'm looking for a murderer. I'm not going to point my gun at you, even though you just hid in the shadows. There they come. The 2 most iconic characters from this game. And here's their first minute of their 2 minutes of screen time. I always loved this shit. I loved this shit when I was a kid. On his face. It's like, I'm not sure about this. You'd think he'd be a bit more weirded out.
Sideshow freaks attack my fighters. That is expressly forbidden before the tournament. As you
You'd think Scorpion and Sub-Zero are in the corner of the room like, who's he calling a sideshow freak? So we just had it confirmed that they were chosen by Raiden, and yet Shang Tsung was the one who made sure they got on the boat to go and fight. Okay.
One of you 3 will decide the outcome of the tournament.
One of you 3, even though
The fate of
his eggs are really on Liu Kang's basket. It's a fucking laugh. It's such a random little moment. It's so good.
He is gonna pay for my brother's death.
You're not ready.
Lou, if you just win the tournament, that's payment enough, surely, man. That's all you need to do. Beat him in the tournament and you have avenged your brother. Oh, it has begun, the CGI effect slideshow. To play the song at this point and go nuts, get your glow sticks out. You have to give it to this film, like, it has a bunch of location work. Well, I mean, I presume a lot of the location in the cities and stuff were probably filmed in LA, but at least they made it look like other places. But then you got this island, and then we go to Outworld later on. Like, it's got some varied locations in it. Good luck with that, Johnny. Good luck. Just face pops. Like, no effort was made there to, like, save himself. Hold on to everything or nothing.
But what if all the legends were true?
What legends? What the...
What legend?
Exactly right. What legends? What if all the legends were true? You know about those, right? No. You know what? Although this film, I mean, it doesn't have the blood and the gore and the things you associate with Mortal Kombat, I think it does a pretty good job at capturing the tonal look of the games, especially in the 90s. It had that kind of metal, like, I can't really explain what it is, but it's that old school metal heavy look to everything. And this film does an okay job at capturing that.
Humans.
It's an early CGI effect. Look at that thing. Look at it. Yeah, hide it. Please do. Please cover it up. Yeah, this is very much in that time when CG was starting to become affordable, but not the best looking thing in the world. They're all looking around like, do we have to do this now? We're eating. I mean, really?
Treasure these moments.
Because we're gonna fuck you up.
They were your last.
That's it. At least he's honest. He's writings on the wall for these people. Like, why do this? Why ruin their meal? They're just eating. They just got off a rickety old boat, and now you're gonna throw their food on the floor. I mean, someone made all that food, right? You're just gonna throw it on the floor like that? I mean, this moment's absolutely a fucking riff on the Indiana Jones moment. Whooping! See, you want like blood, you want like a big splodge. I mean, it's a pretty cool moment. I remember really liking it when I was a kid. Like, yeah, that's Sub-Zero, dude. He fucking froze him and then he exploded. And now, in my cynical old age, I just want blood everywhere. I mean, he's meant to be a prince, and yet he's being forced to, hey, you get to live in the walls and a little cave out back. He's a prince, and he gets to sit in a cave. See, this looks like one of the levels in the game, the ones where you're in those big old walkways and you can kick people off. Oh, there he is! Goro! He looks so good! It's amazing how good he looks. Look at him! That's amazing. It's weird, because every time I think about this film, I always think Goro looks a lot more stiff in his movements and flow, but he's not. He looks so good. Like, it's ridiculous how... Look at it. I love how Kano's just not fazed by this guy whatsoever. It's like, you're a big dude with arms. I can get on board.
Look at him. No dignity.
That face, you me? You talking about me?
Princess Kitana.
The Emperor's adopted daughter? Why should I worry about her?
Princess Kitana is 10,000 years old.
Such a lore dump right there. The Emperor's adopted daughter? Just so you all know, you're up to speed, right?
We are not alone.
So instead of sending the dude with the four arms and the guy with the big robot eye, send the man with a random spear. He'll handle it. Liu Kang has a habit of finding himself, I can talk like a real person, in places that consist of just big lights of one colour. Green, blue, CGI monsters.
I know exactly where we're going.
Like,
Katana went
this
this
is,
way.
I mean, it's clearly not the right way. There's a bunch of cobwebs that no one's broken through.
I can smell a perfume.
Yeah, it's this way. This is clearly the way. Quick spiders whip those webs up. It's so silly. That's just a silly bit. Like, oh, what's the word? Like, it's just very middle of the road. Like, some of it's great. Like, that moment's pretty cool. That's a pretty good bit. But most of the choreography is kind of okay, and it's shot kind of okay, but it works. It works for what it is. Like, it's still fun.
Why don't you show me what you plan to do about them?
They were just hiding in the corner. Hi guys, we're here. I just had a random thought. It's interesting that like lightning, thunder, godlike characters like Raiden or Thor are often depicted as heroes or good people or good, wise leaders or something like that. But normally we associate thunder and lightning with frightening. Fuck's sake. Thunder and oh my god, I can't talk. Thunder and lightning with like horror and stuff that scares us. So it's weird that they're often put in that kind of role. You know, we play the stick in the ground fighty game. I remember this mode in the game. This fight scene's actually pretty solid. Like, I feel like it's because we've got two people here who are. Look at this. Oh, that's good. I feel like this scene has two people who are good at martial arts, right? Whereas I don't know if the actors playing Sonya and Johnny are necessarily trained. I don't know. I haven't done my research, but so maybe they have to think about that whilst shooting their stuff. But this scene's pretty solid. That was a pretty decent fight.
Your soul is mine.
Yeah, of course it is. Everyone's soul is his, boy. Look, if you said it to me like that, here you go. Here you go. Take it. If you. Ugh. It's disturbing. It's kind of disturbing that his soul is just like his muscles and bone structure. This fucking guy. I mean, he's not really in the movie that much, and yet he leaves such an impression.
Did you miss me?
Did you miss me? This fight is clearly a lot more. Like, I'm feeling like I'm watching two actors who have choreographed a fight, and they're both doing a good job, but. And there's clearly some stunt doubles I want to say in here as well. Fucking, if he fucked that up, like, he comes down with some force on that down kick. If he didn't get out of the way, that would have killed. Ew, his spit getting all over his leg. That's gross.
Oh, give me a break.
Okay.
Fuck's sake. If there's an epitome of a 90s pun, is that one. So bad, but so good. Meanwhile, Johnny's out in the woods. Why is there always woods? All these films that I watch, there's always woods and something bad always happens in them. Yeah, don't.
Get over here!
Remember this place when I was a kid and I first saw this? This place freaked me out. Look at it. Bones and orange and sticks everywhere. It was a freaky looking place. But again, I feel like this kind of set, it captures the mood of the game pretty well. So, you know, props for them for doing that. I mean, there's a reason why for a long old time this was considered the epitome of video game movies. Because at least it felt like it captured certain aspects of the game fairly well. I mean, this fight's pretty good as well. They've got some good movement in here. Again, it's shot fairly by the numbers, but it's pretty good. But that's a good bit. Like, some of these long wide shots are pretty good. Like, gives you a sense of what they're actually doing, what the actual movements are. You can sort of hear the Terminator music. Brum, 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 brum. Wee! Oh, this bit is so silly, but it's great. Look at this. Oh, the catch. Oh, you Johnny Cage. He can flip like no one else.
Get down here!
Get down here. So, why? Why? That's all Scorpion can say is variations of here.
Get over here. Come back here. Get down here.
Yes. Oh, so good. Look at him. He's Ghost Rider. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at that. I wonder if we're going to get that in the new film. The fucking skeleton Scorpion. Ugh, he's got orange goo in him. Orange goo. Oh, nice. Nice. That's the closest we get to some gore right there. Some orange goo, and I'm there for it. It fucking explodes. To my greatest. It's so silly, but oh, I don't know why. I mean, this movie's so entertaining, and it really probably shouldn't be, but it is. God damn it. Here's another aspect of this film. Story-wise, I don't understand this. She's clearly on the side of Earthrealm because she's the adopted daughter of the Emperor, and she doesn't really like the Emperor, and yet she is fighting for them. Like, why would they even have her on the team? this whole fight exists just for her to give him a clue about the next fight. This is cheating, right? Fucking Raiden just comes in here. I'm just gonna leave some water here. Don't think on it. You know, it's just here for no apparent reason. It's like fucking Empire Strikes Back. This shit. Even the music has like Empire Strikes Back vibes. I fucking love Sub-Zero. I always play as Sub-Zero in the game. Not that I'm any good at it, but Sub-Zero is usually my go-to. That was a very that was so over-exaggerated. Like, I didn't even kick you that hard, dude. Hey, just... This is so weird.
The element which brings life.
Remember that thing I said to you literally 2 minutes ago? I need to just remind you. Yeah, well done, Luke. You got... It's so silly. Literally 2 minutes ago we had that. It's not like half an hour has passed. Jesus Christ, that cube, that ice cube I nearly said got big. It looked like it was like that long. And it impales him. But yeah, like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are, you know, this is hardly a controversial thing to say, but they are my favourite characters in the video game. So I do remember always being slightly disappointed that they were so underutilised in this film. Montage of people just getting fucking thrown on some pebble stones. Just a bunch of stunt guys just jump on these stones, or you just fucking flip, scud, do everything you can on these pebble stones. And for that they were paid probably $50. That guy just went face first into a load of pebble stones. I mean, the way they shoot Korra as well is really good. Like, he feels present in the scene, which is really impressive. Like, it has no right to look as good as it does. I mean, you can sort of tell where some of the fight choreography comes in. It's slightly limited to what they can do, but I think they do everything they possibly can with it. He's just like, no, oh. He's so disappointed that he's gonna die. Like, he just, it's not even like shock or sadness on his face, it's just like, oh no. I feel like I'm nitpicking the film a bit, but god damn is it entertaining. I'm throwing out these criticisms, but I'm still entertained by what I'm watching. It's a real magic trick that this film pulls. I think what's sort of appealing about this film is, despite the fact that it's Mortal Kombat, the film overall has a kind of an optimistic message. It has this optimistic message about you're in charge of your destiny, do the right thing, and you'll be happy. Like, that's overall the message of the film, which is a little weird for a Mortal Kombat film, but I think that's why it's appealing. Like, it just worms its way into your heart somehow because it's got that at its centre. Now, here's something I'm not sure, because obviously this came out in 95. I'm not sure which game was out at that point. Was it 3? I assume it was number 3 or 2 that would have been around about this time. And I'm not sure the game actually had any lore per se. Well, it did, but you know, the basics were there. But I don't think any kind of romance between Johnny and Sonya existed in the games. And if you know, please comment and let me know. But it's interesting that the games then replicate what this film sets up. I mean, the games took various different things, I feel, from this film, and probably did them a bit better. But it's interesting how this film did influence some elements.
Mortal Kombat. We fight it.
He gets it.
At last, one of them is understood.
Johnny gets it. He knows what. He knows what this whole. He knows what the message of the movie is. He learnt it. He learnt what the message was. This is a really small arena for such a big guy. There's a little hole in the ground. You're gonna fight in that. That's it. That's the move. There's the Johnny Cage move. Works a treat. Why don't people do it more often?
You imbecile!
You idiot for having genitalia.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Such iconic lines. But they are, in their own weird way, they are. This is where you fall down. Payoff. Mwah. Mwah. Beautiful. So, okay, this is the one thing I'm curious about. I cannot remember why he needs Sonya so much. So he wants to challenge Sonya. Now,
Not good.
here's another creepy location.
I can't.
Like, I feel like they did Outward pretty well. Like, it feels like the remains of a civilization that has been royally screwed. Look at this. Like, oh, that's so gross and so good.
Lou, I hate this place.
I love this place. I love it. It's so interesting to look at. And apparently there's big purple lights everywhere.
What are you doing?
Like, why? Why didn't Reptile move? You can see him walking up towards him like, I'm just gonna stay here. I'm sticking here. So this has always been a little bit weird. So the statue eats him, but then the statue becomes him. Like, what? It's like a secret boss, which Reptile was, I think, in the original game. Or second game. Yeah, look at this fight's pretty good. It's a bit dark, can't really see a lot of what's happening, but it's pretty decent. What was that? Like a cat. Oh, that's like a Black Widow move. Look at that. Oh, that fucking slaps. Jesus. There he goes. That's amazing. Oh, God. That's so good.
You're finally learning, Liu Kang.
Finally learning how to stomp on a man's head. It's like fucking Sauron's tower. Before Sauron's tower was a physical representation. And this weird CGI shot of Sonya. That looked bad. That looked awful. Like, they have the set. Why did they put on a weird CG thing? Like, why? They have a set that they're using. Just use the set. Unless they just felt, well, we can only achieve this whirligig shot entirely in CG and then come in on it, but I don't know. Filmmaker's gonna filmmake, I suppose. See, these two know what they're doing. Like, this fight's good as well. The movements are quick and sharp, like, damn. It's actually being shot pretty interestingly as well. The camera's moving, but you can see what's going on. You made me bleed my own blood. He's just like Thanos. I mean, surely calling in zombies as backup is also cheating. Like, he challenged you to a fight, not these dudes.
Face yourself.
You can look into my soul, but you don't own it.
How's challenge 2 gonna be? Is it hard?
Face your worst fear.
Oh, okay. He already completed challenge 2. He did that pretty fucking quick. You know it's not him. You know it's not him. You literally just saw Shang Tsung turn into him.
Fuck you. You're not really Chan.
No shit. Like, if I was Liu Kang in this situation, it would just be a little what? Like, what's he even talking to him for?
Son killed my brother.
Oh my, that's so creepy. It's so creepy, that morph. I like how he pointed at Shang Tsung and was like, Shang Tsung killed my brother, and that's you. And here's our one little glimpse of a fireball. There it is. It's... Yay! In the spikes! Closest thing we get to an environment kill.
Go in peace, my brother.
There we go. This is a happy ending. Look at this. Everybody had learnt something and grown. And learnt to forgive themselves. Oh, nice happy message. Yeah. Oof. Sequel bait! Sequel bait!
The Emperor.
No, it's sequel bait. What is it? Sequel bait.
Weak, pathetic fools. I've come for your souls.
This is such a Power Rangers moment. It's so weird. That ending is so bizarre. I wonder if that was always in the plans to fucking have that at the end, or if it's something someone went, you know what, we need a lead into an extra film, and then we get like a Power Rangers bad guy show up. Oh, this movie's fun. It's so silly and I don't know what, but it's fun. If you enjoyed that reaction, guys, make sure you leave a like down there. It really helps the channel out and make sure other people can see this video. So, you know, make sure let's do that. But here's discussioning time. Okay, everyone, that was Mortal Kombat, the 95 movie, and that didn't take any notes this time. This has just been a fun rewatch for me, really. I saw the trailer to the new film and was just like, I really want to go back and watch that 95 movie, and I thought, let's record it, let's do it as a reaction. So this is really just I suppose a bonus video in many ways, because it wasn't really originally planned to do, but I just thought it would be fun to go back and watch it, and it was a fun old time watching this film. Here's the thing, like, this film, for all intents and purposes, is not a good film. Like, it's got so much wrong with it in terms of narrative structure. Like I said in the reaction, some of the fight scenes are filmed in very by the numbers kind of way, and I assume that this film was made very quickly and to a very strict budget. They're like, hey, we've got the Mortal Kombat license, we're going to make a film, but we want to get it boom out in the theaters and make some money out of it. I imagine that's how this went down, and you can kind of tell. Even with that, the film knows exactly what it is. It gets in, it gets out, gets the job done, and it's entertaining nevertheless, so which I really appreciate. There are so few films that know exactly what they are, it feels like they know this is their purpose, this is how they want to achieve it, and this is how they're going to do it, and make it entertaining in some way. And for all its sins, the Mortal Kombat 95 movie it's entertaining. There's no denying it. There is entertainment value there. Having said all that, I think there was a bit of tug of war going on with how much they wanted to put the game influence into the film and how grounded they wanted the film to be, because like there's so many fantastical elements in there, right? You've got Goro, four-armed beast, you've got this mysterious island from nowhere, this rickety pirate ship, you've got Raiden, you've got Sub-Zero, Scorpion, all that fantastical stuff is in there. And yet when it comes to Johnny Cage and Sonya and Liu Kang, they wanted those characters to feel a lot more grounded and from Earth, so that's why we only really get a glimpse of Liu Kang shooting out his fireball at the end there. It feels like the movie doesn't really want to commit to giving those characters their power sets, if you like. Thankfully for the new film, in the trailer we saw instantly they're showing that, you know, Liu Kang doing all his fire moves and shit. One of the standout great things about this movie, surprisingly, because I don't know how, I don't know what the budget for this film was, but I think it's kind of obvious that a lot of it went into Goro. Like, he's so good. Like, even in the trailer for the new film, I was like, obviously Goro's a big CGI monster in the new film, and I don't know if that's just for that one shot or if that's going to be throughout the whole thing. I imagine that will be throughout the whole thing, but he looks so good in this film. Like, it's, again, I've said this in some of the other films that I've covered, when you have a practical thing in front of the camera, you're just like, you're in. If it looks good, you're in. And you absolutely buy into it, and plus it works for the actors and the director. Like, they've got something physical there that they can direct around, the actors have something they can actually react to, and it really pays off here in this. Like, you can really tell that there's a physical presence there on set. But yeah, largely it's just hugely entertaining, and I would argue it's mostly entertaining for the right reasons, despite its many flaws, but it just keeps, the momentum of it never lets up, right? It just keeps going, and it's hurtling towards every beat of the story very quickly. And once you get on the island, it's just fight sequences, and then you get a little twist, and then you're in Outworld, and there's another fight. You know, like I say, this film knows what it is. It gets in, gets out, and boom, we're done. The one thing that disappoints me about the film, honestly, and this was back when I first saw it when I was a kid, that disappointed me then, and it still disappoints me now, is that Scorpion and Sub-Zero have such a small part in the whole thing. I don't know, again, if that's because they just didn't know how to make those characters work when they were making this film. I mean, at this point, I don't know if in the games they'd explored or even put out what the lore of the characters were, so the filmmakers are probably just like, well, we've got these two ninjas, one's yellow, one's blue, one has ice powers, one has fire demon powers. What do we do with that? In many ways, they capture what those characters are, but it would just be nice to see more of them. I think they've got maybe about 3 minutes of screen time overall, and there's a couple of badass moments. I like Sub-Zero freezing the dude in the lunch hall and all that, and Scorpion taking off his face and it being a skull. That's pretty badass and metal. So, you know, there's some good stuff there. I just want more. I want more of it because I'm greedy like that. But yeah, I mean, I will always be fond of this movie. I feel like, I don't know, it's weird that a Mortal Kombat movie ends up being kind of like a feel-good movie, which is maybe slightly against type of based on its license, but you know what, it is what it is, and it works for what it was. And like I say, I'm never reluctant to put this movie on. Like, it's always a good time, it's always funny, it's always fun, it always lifts my spirits whenever I watch this movie. So to give it a rating, I mean, if you're going to give this a rating based on its filmmaking qualities and all that stuff, like I have been with all the other films I've been doing reactions to, it's honestly, you know, it's a 5. Like, you've got to be honest about it. But if you're asking me personally, like, what would I rate Mortal Kombat 95 for the fun factor, the entertainment of it all? I mean, it's like, I don't know, like a 7.5 easy. maybe even up to an 8 if I was feeling particularly in the mood for it that day. So if you were to ask me what my official critical eye filmmakery review score of it would be like a 5, you know, and that's being generous. But as just a fan of how silly and fun this whole movie is, I would give it, you know, an 8 probably on a good day. So take that for what you want. I mean, this whole video is just me wanting to have fun and cover this movie, so here we are. But I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a fun time watching this movie again. It's a blast. If you enjoyed the reaction and the discussion, please leave a like down there. It really helps the channel out. It helps this video out. Also, please leave a comment down below about how you found this movie. Did you enjoy it? Do you think it's fun, or did you kind of write it off, or whatever? I'd just be interested to know. And if you're excited for the new film. And hey, if you really enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And also, I have a bunch of other movie reactions you can go check out that are already up on the channel, so make sure you do that as well. But that's it for this time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.